KK, we
Okay.
need you to be on video, man.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
I'll be
are
there.
live
Just putting this setup
now.
on.
Are
We
we
are live.
live?
Yeah, we are
Yes.
live.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, we are live. Good evening and welcome to DCL Primetime. I'm happy to have a special
Bro, that was sudden.
Did we lose him?
We lost his video for sure.
Wait, please.
Viju, are you there?
I think I kicked out Viju. But it
Nice.
is live now. You guys. We are live, guys.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
waiting for Viju to come.
Okay. We are
You
waiting
know,
for Viju.
unlike the
Okay.
regular season,
Let
unlike
me
the regular
ask Viju to
season,
log in.
today is a special show, right? Our
Yeah.
host and Viju are exchanging places, so
Yep.
let's wait for a minute before we get started. But we can say hi to
Yep.
Samish Bhai and Kapil for joining today.
Thanks, KK.
Hello,
How are you?
KK.
Hey, Kapil, where are you?
I'm
I like your background.
Yeah, I
I miss
wish.
it. I miss seeing you this year at the
Yeah,
cricket.
I
At the
know,
cricket
man.
field.
Yeah. Age
Yeah.
age is catching up.
No, I didn't play that game. You played. But you're
Yeah.
right. Age is catching up. I'm playing less this year.
No way. I mean, this is less. KK is
Parthiv,
there.
are we live?
Yeah, we are live. We
Yeah,
just
we are live.
Okay.
We're waiting for you. Viju.
All right. Sorry, guys, some technical difficulties. I guess it's the last show, so we had some technical difficulties. But I'm happy to welcome everyone to DCL Primetime. I want to start by saying that this is a special segment. Parthiv Mehta has announced his retirement. So we're going to start the show with having a special panel today. And this special panel was specially chosen by Parthiv Mehta. He wanted Samish on the show. He wanted Kapil on the show. And we wanted Vijay on the show, in addition to the rest of the primetime gang. So hopefully Satish Gaba will join soon, and hopefully Vijay Shanmugam will join soon. But when they do join, we will go through a certain set of motions. But before they join, I thought, you know what, let me kind of let DCL know as to what we think of, or at least what I think of Parthiv Mehta. So it's with great honor that I speak about a man who has come to epitomize the very highest ideals of cricket in Detroit. And his name is none other than Parthiv Mehta. If you ask me, Parthiv stands not merely as a DCL player, but he's a DCL player of unparalleled stature, who is an enduring symbol of perseverance, grit, determination, and resolve. His extraordinary accomplishments on umpteen DCL grounds are achievements that'll be always be talked in awe and celebrated by many of us who are fortunate to have witnessed it live. In his prime, if you ask me, Parthiv Mehta had demonstrated a quality that transcends cricketing genius. He has shown DCL the meaning of unyielding determination. And incidentally, Parthiv's favorite player is Rafael Nadal. And if you know anything about Nadal, Nadal never, ever gives up. And I can tell you, having squared off against Parthiv, Parthiv is made from the same mold. He never, ever gives up. Parthiv's bowling spells were often match winning. They were highlighted by an extraordinary performances and often these performances came at uh, at my own expense. But if you ask me, one of the greatest bowling performances that I ever saw was the 6-wicket haul, which was taken against GLCC. At that time, GLCC was the top-ranked team in DCL. And that 6-wicket haul, if you ask me, for less than 8 runs, left GLCC in shambles. And with that, he announced his arrival into DCL. In his prime, if you ask me, year after year, he pretty much led the league in the MVP category with absolutely unfailing regularity. When DCL had something called DCL Fantasy, I remember I used to tell my 7-year-old son, you pick Parthiv Mehta and pick 10 other guys. If you want to have a chance in hell to win this fantasy contest, you need to make sure that you need to have the Paisa Vasool player, Parthiv Mehta, on your team. When he was keeping wickets, he was a sledger extraordinaire, and he made life hell to every opposing DCL batsman. Now, because of his extraordinary bowling skills, if you ask me, as a batsman, often he was a little underrated. But at the end of the day, if you ask me, stats never lie. In his prime, time after time, year after year, he was always among the top 15 run getters in DCL. Yet it is not the numerous seasons where he dominated DCL stats or was the one guy which every fantasy owner paid a king's ransom to ensure that he was a member of their team that secures his place in DCL folklore. If you ask me, it was the manner in which he attained these things that stood out. In victory, if you ask me, he was always gracious. In defeat, he was dignified. He started out as DCL's bad boy. But as the years rolled along, his respect for the game, his respect for his opponents, and his devotion to continual self-discipline elevated him to the stature of a DCL legend. Over the years, he represented the striker team with utmost honor, and he represented DCL with the highest class. His legacy, if you ask me, will not be measured solely by titles, but by the values that he consistently embodied, which was discipline, resilience, and respect. If you ask me, Parthiv Mehta thus represents the pinnacle of cricket in DCL, in Detroit. He represents the spirit of human endeavor, the relentless pursuit of excellence, tempered by humility, and the triumph of character over circumstance. His life and career invites us to rise beyond human limitations and to pursue our highest callings with courage and grace. In honoring Parthiv Mehta today, we honor not only a champion of DCL, but a champion of character. After seeing so many Parthiv Mehta highlights from close range and in real time, I must admit, with all honesty, that the pleasure of seeing Parthiv Mehta was mine and mine alone, and I shall miss him big time. But I want to take this opportunity to wish him a very happy retirement, surrounded by his close buddies from the Primetime gang, and by these people whom he respects absolutely, who have joined him on the show. We expect to honor him and ask him a few questions. But I want to close out by saying, Parthiv Mehta, my friend, you will be dearly missed. Thanks for all the memories. And with that, I want to lay out how we are going to go about doing this. We have a panel, and I'm going to go through the panel, and I'm going to ask each of the panel members. We have three sets of twos. We have two sets of twos, and I'm going to ask each of you to give me two memories. We're going to ask one person a memory, and then we'll go to the next person. And once we have finished, everybody will go back to the first person and ask for the second memory. And then I'm going to ask you to list out two qualities of Parthiv Mehta that stood out for you. And then I'm going to ask you the third set of two, which is two things that you wish that you had done to Parthiv Mehta or had said to Parthiv Mehta when you had the opportunity. And if you never had said that, and this is the only time you are getting to say it, please do go ahead and say it and make his day. We'll start with his oldest competitor in terms of rivalry, fierceness, and probably the game which announced Parthiv Mehta to the league. I'm honored to have the legendary Samish Kilam on the show. He's, for those of you who do not know, he brought standards to DCL, both in terms of the way in which he led teams. He was the skipper of GLC for the longest time. And many of the young pups in GLCC do not know really what GLCC character stands for. If you really want to know what it really stands for, go and spend some time with Samish and you'll learn what it is. I personally can attest that Glad's got a lot of our character and our fight and our resolve by looking at him and seeing what he was doing. And then I said, well, that's the gold standard. I'm going to take that gold standard and I'm going to copy it and I'm going to see if I can do one better than that. Having said that, Samish, welcome to the show. And I'm going to start by asking you the first question, which is, give me one memory of Parthiv Mehta which the whole league should know about.
Thank you, Viju. And I must say, it was a very well said introduction to what Parthiv has achieved. And one word, if I really have to describe him in one word, I would say resilience is a word that you used, and that would definitely describe him. Coming to my, I have a couple good memories, couple good stories actually about Parthiv. And my first memory would be, as you already mentioned, I think it was his debut game, right, Parthiv, if I'm not wrong.
Yep, you're right.
And right, I think we were two-time champions at that time, back-to-back championships, and Strikers, if I believe, was a new team, and we didn't lose to anybody around that time. We didn't lose too many games. If we lost, it would be a very closely fought game that we lost. But then here comes this guy, Parthiv, with a bunch of other new guys. Tushar, there were a couple other guys in the team. Kapil, I don't know if anybody's still there, but
Minesh was there.
Minesh,
Samish,
yeah,
Minesh
yeah.
was there. And because you know what? Minesh is the one who called me with the news, you see?
Okay.
So great. All right.
Yeah, and that is my first memory, right? We barely lost to any team, and here comes this guy, and he just blew us away. We were all out for 37. I think 37, and it was unheard of for us to lose like that, and it was a one-man show from Strikers. And to top it all, him and Tushar, I think they opened the innings. If not opened, maybe they were in the top order. And both of them together chased that total, I think, without any wickets lost. So that's what I remember of him. That was the first game that we played, and he just blew us away. And I think he was the talk of the DCL after that game. And I know a lot of the new DCL players. If I have to compare Parthiv with somebody current, I would say Parthiv was the original Deepak Giryappa of DCL. He was somebody who would take a team and who would take a average team and make it a top class team. Again, as I said, he just blew us away that day. It was 3 or 4 bowls, couple caught behinds, great fielding. And trust me, we tried to get him to GLCC after that because, as you said, we look for players that really fit into our team. And I felt that he had the heart, he had the game, he had the talent to fit into GLCC. And we tried to get him, but he was very loyal to his team then.
Thank you, Samish, for that excellent memory. I still remember that game, and I still remember Minesh calling me. In those days, I used to do the EP poll, and Minesh wanted every bit of that game in the EP poll. So I
Oh,
still
yeah.
remember that. Yep. So I still remember that very well. Having said that, let me go to Satish Gaba, who is his friend and also his fellow former committee member. Welcome to the show, Satish, and please give us one memory of Parthiv Mehta that you would like. Remember, this is going to be recorded, and it's going to be available for Parthiv and Parthiv's family and his children and probably his grandchildren one day to see. So please go ahead and share a memory of Parthiv Mehta with
I
the
think,
worldwide audience.
yeah, thank you, Vijay. First of all, welcome Samish Bhai and Kapil Bhai to our primetime show. I think
Thank you,
Samish Bhai has
Satish.
seen and Kapil Bhai is coming first time, so welcome. Okay, I have a little bit, Samish Bhai just explained Parthiv debut games, right? I'll just tell you my debut games where I started my first season and ended up playing against striker, okay? And obviously, Parthiv was behind the wicket. And he asked me, when I came to bat, he asked me the first question, hey, do you understand Hindi? I said, yes. So then he said in Hindi, तो तेरे को हिंदी में sledge करूंगा. And then after this, he was like, keep on my ear all the time. I think that time I felt, that is the first impression for Parthiv Bhai when, I thought, yeah, this guy is, too much. And I was young and I did not know what the DCL, this thing, it was too much. But this was my maybe first impression. But lately, when I started knowing him, my perception completely changed for Parthiv. He's one of the coolest guy on and off ground, to be very frank. I never thought that first impression, I never thought that Parthiv Bhai can be this cool. And I think a lot of people doesn't know this, that Parthiv Bhai actually forced me to join the committee. If you when I started talking, we started talking about the prime time show right before the season start. You remember, Viju bhai, we had first season when I joined the prime time show. We started first. I committed to the prime time, and later on, me and Parthiba and you were talking right how to shape up for the prime time, and then all of a sudden, Parthiba started pushing me for the committee as well. And after 2 3 times, he said, "Let's have fun. You'll have fun." And eventually, I think me and Parthiv Bhai, I mean, I had actually very good time in a committee as well with Parthiv Bhai and of course KK as well. And this year I'm missing him in the committee as well. So there are 2 3 incidents and one memory that I can never, that again I'm engaging with the glads as well. The one image that I would never get away from my eyes is when Parthiv was celebrated in front of the camera when beating glads.
The bandar pose. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Well,
I think
that's still etched on my mind. I think
right.
when I'm on my deathbed, also I might see that pose.
So when I saw Vijubhai's
Yeah,
question, right, tell me one memory or something like that. All of a sudden, no, that picture came in front of my eyes when he was running towards the camera after beating lads. So yeah,
Yeah.
those are some of my sweet memories with
Yeah,
Parthiv. I think
you
it's not
have
ending more. I'm pretty sure that even though he's decided not to play further, but I'm pretty sure we'll still have a lot of memories Parthiv Bhai off the ground. So we are not, we'll still be in touch for sure. And we'll make new
absolutely.
memories.
Mhm.
With that, let me go to the next panelist. I'm going to come to Kapil last because he's his teammate. So I want to hear something from inside the team. All of us are competitors, but let me go to the next, another fierce competitor, Mr. Vamsi KK, who speaks his mind. And I'm sure he would have several occasions where he and Parthiv Mehta might have had occasions to sledge each other. So, KK, over to you. Your one memory of Parthiv which stands in your mind.
Right. Normally, I speak what's on my mind. I don't write speeches, but today is a special day, so I wrote something.
Oh my God.
I'll start with Parthiv. Parthiv Mehta is the definition of a competitor and a man of character. I'll never forget the first time I faced off against him in 2016. Our team back then, FCC, had just bowled out the strikers for 49 runs, and we were feeling relaxed, maybe even a little overconfident. It was then that our teammate Kamal gave a stern warning. Don't get too comfortable, he said. The strikers have a player named Parthiv who can make the opposition get shivers in their spine. And in that game, Parthiv did exactly that. He delivered a masterstroke with the ball, bowling an unbelievable spell of 4 wickets for just 8 runs in 5 overs. He's the kind of player who never gives up, and his sheer determination carried his team to an improbable 7 run victory. We're talking about defending 49 that day. That day, he taught us a valuable lesson about his unwavering commitment and a competitive spirit. That same dedication and drive was on full display years later when we served together on the DCL committee in 2023 and 2024. And I'm not ashamed of to admit that no matter how many hours I put in, I still fell short of Padhav's contribution. His commitment was simply the best among the entire group, and his hard work and discipline continue to set the standard for all of us. Even this year, when it mattered the most, he stepped up to make a difference in Indus versus Stingers case. That, my friends, is the mark of a true champion, and I salute you, and I wish you all the very best on your retirement.
Wow.
All
Very
right.
well
So
said.
right now.
Thank you. Thank you, KK. And with that, I'll go to another competitor, my fellow teammate Satya. I think I hope you'll have to turn on his video. I'm not sure if he is listening or whether he has started the show and left. Well, I'm not seeing his video, so I'll go to Kapil. Kapil, you're Parthiv's teammate. We were supposed to get Vijay Shanmugam, and Vijay Shanmugam hasn't joined. So I'm going to come to you, Kapil. You're his teammate. Give me one memory of Parthiv which stands out from all others.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's so many of them. My memory is going to fail me, I know today. But when Satya reached out to me about this, like I was like, what? When did this happen? Like, I know we had a discussion. I thought he was joking. So I was caught off guard, right, by this. But Parthiv, I mean, Viju, you had put together, you narrated it really, really well what Parthiv stands for, what he is, along with everyone else, right? What all things he has done throughout the cricketing career within DCL, right? I don't have to go to the talent side of things, right? I really want everyone to know that, hey, yeah, he has been a talented person, like on the field, batting, bowling, keeping, and sledging for sure, right? It's everything. It's a complete package. But what I really want everyone to know that behind that, right? Because when people see him, people see his sledging, people see I mean, he's passionate. So that passion comes out. He's passionate towards cricket. He's passionate towards the team, our team strikers. We started playing, but I can't believe it's been 17 years. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. 17 years have gone by since I first met Parthiv, right? I came to the team. Again, it was right at the cusp of where we got separated from strikers and we became two different teams. And Parthiv became the captain of our newly formed strikers team. And when I also came into the team, I saw him like just like everyone else, right? Wow, man, this guy's always on fire, right? It's like he's always 1,000 miles an hour. I mean, I was like, I mean, I didn't know, right? It's like, okay, he's just like that. His nature must be, it's very too fiery, right? I don't know if he's going to be a good person or he's going to be just like, oh, he's going to be always about me. It's always about me kind of a person. Like that's what everyone thinks about him, like because he sledges them. He's trying to get all the edge that he can on the field to get advantage over the competitors. But I really want everyone to know that he's far from that, right? I think one thing that I would really want to highlight is his selflessness, right? Throughout these years. Not one memory, it's the collection of memories, right? He is giving again 200% for the team. But again, in whatever role he can play, right? He never says, for example, on the field, why I'm batting. I batted in the top order. Why I'm batting in the bottom now? Or why I'm bowling, I'm not bowling, why I'm only bowling 2 overs. It's just the selflessness for him throughout his years. Like he has been like that, and it's very hard to miss his quality, all these qualities, because he is, again, as Baba said, Satish said, right, cool guy of the field, right? Once you step off the field, he's normal. He'll go and have a beer, but that's just on the field. What happens? People might think, wow, this guy's, I don't want to go have a beer with him. Don't make that big mistake, right? This is the guy you want to go have beer with, right?
Yeah,
So,
that will be their
so
loss for sure.
yeah. So again, right? That's, I mean, it's just collection of memories. And I'm Parthiv. I still cannot believe you're retiring, but congrats on your long and successful career within DCL. You've accomplished a lot. We couldn't win it. Yes, that's the only accomplishment you do not have, and it's just not you, this as a team. But congrats, and then wish you the best of luck for, I know you would be around. We were just talking about it. I was just telling him, how the hell can you retire before me? I'm still playing on one leg. That means if you're gone, I need to be the candidate. I should have gone yesterday. So, but that's what I want everyone to kind of know about Parthiv, that I mean, he's pretty cool, and his selfless nature and his just loyalty, and he's very loyal, very family oriented guy. He's just fun to be with, right? We have been friends for 17 years. I mean, we've developed such a true friendship out of the field. Our kids are friends, our wives are friends, and it's just, I mean, he's a family for me, right? So I have zero family here in the US. Parthiv is like, I think he's on my speed dial. He's the number one guy on my speed dial. So along with all my other friends that might be watching, right? So we have formed a group. All of this happened through Strikers, and I'm grateful to have him as a friend, as a teammate, as captain when he was captaining the team. So good luck, Parthiv. Have fun in the retirement.
Wow.
All right. With that, I'll come back to Samish. Samish, do you have any other memory, second memory, which you want to share? If not, I have the
Of course.
next question. Yeah, go ahead, and then I'll ask you the next question.
Oh, wow.
Well, I like to say the story, so I'll say it today as well, so it gets recorded and people can hear it.
Yeah, that is wonderful
So
because it allows everybody the context,
I'm
right?
curious,
right. So sorry, Parthiv, what?
No, I'm curious. What story is that? Now I'm really curious.
Yeah, no. So it really took us 4 or 5 years to beat Parthiv's team. Every time we played them, we lost. So after that first year's humiliation, when they got us out for 37, we met them next year. And being a proud team that we were, it was a revenge game for us. So I still remember, I think we played that game at Bicentennial Park, and these guys batted first. And since it was a revenge game, we came charged, all cylinders firing, and we had them for 27 or 28 for 8. And I hear from the dugout, these guys are saying, just 10 more, just 10 more. Bas 37 karne hai, bas 37 karne hai. And in my mind, I'm like, ये लोग आज समझेंगे कि कैसे खेलते हैं GLCC के साथ. तो ये पीछे से चिल्ला रहे हैं, saying बस 10 और चाहिए, we need just 10 more, just get to 37, we'll get them. And I was like, you know what, this doesn't happen every day. And next thing I know, we go to bat, we are 7-8 for no loss, and we end up being 17 or 18 all out. I don't remember, Parthiv. Do you remember that game?
I do. I distinctly remember that was. I don't know how it happened, but we just took blinders. I remember blinder catches, and the fielding was awesome. We were
Yeah,
on
you
top
had
of
great bowling too. Yeah, you,
everything.
Amitabh, yeah,
Yeah.
Tushar, Jagan, everybody. And it was funny that they got us out for less than 20 and they won that game again. And, we were like, okay, fine, we have to find some way to beat him. But again, I'm sure you guys will talk about this, but strikers have had a history of beating the top teams. Whether they win or not, whether they go deep into playoffs or not, they have always upset one of the biggest teams in that year, during playoffs or something. And frankly, when they had just started, when they had beaten us 2, 3 times, um, I was rooting for them to win, and I thought they will win the DCL championship those days. But somehow it was not meant to be. But again, Parthiv, as Kapil said as well, um, on the field we may have fought, we may have spoken aggressively at each other, but off the field, you have been a great friend. And I really admire how you play your cricket and how we have become close off the field as well.
So, Samish, with that, I'll ask you to name 2 qualities of Parthiv that stood out for you. 2 qualities.
As a cricketer, or
As a cricketer, as a person, whichever way you want to take it.
as a person, I would say, as Kapil said, he's cool. We sort of share these qualities where we could be aggressive, very aggressive on the ground. We may yell at each other, we may fight with people, but it's only about the game. As soon as the game is done, um, I don't have any ill will towards anybody, and he's the same kind of a guy. You can fight with him on the ground, but the moment you are off the ground, it's like you've been friends forever. And that's the reason we got along very well as well, because we played hard, but at the same time, when we were off the field, we respected each other. I admired how he played. I admired him as a person as well. So that's what I would say. He's a cool person to be around, as Kapil said, and a good friend, a great friend as well.
Now, what's the second quality? One is coolness. So, what's the second one?
Second quality is the quality that I didn't like. We asked him to join GLCCL for many times.
Okay.
Somehow, as Kapil said, he wanted to keep his team together, and he was very loyal to his team, and he stayed with them. And I was just kidding. It's not something I didn't like. I admired that as well.
Okay.
I would
All
say
right.
that would be the second quality.
All right. Thank you, Samish. I'll go to Gaba. Gaba, do you have a second memory that you want to share? Or if you don't have one, then please tell me 2 qualities of Parthiv that stands out for you.
I think when we talked about the memory, I did 2, 3 memory altogether. So I'll directly go with the quality.
Okay.
So I think the first quality I would say from the cricketing point of view, even I started noticing Parthiv Bhai because I started playing little late than you guys. So when I started noticing, he was already towards his late 30s probably, right? So even though that time I see that what Parthiv Bhai cannot do on the ground, he can keep 20 overs, he can bowl 5 overs, and then he can bat 15 overs. And it was like means this is crazy, right? I don't see a lot of people does that even today. Even their young age people can do it. So that is something that is all around 360-degree player on the ground, right? And what Samish was saying, right? Who doesn't want that kind of player, who can do anything that you want, and with the very selfless and ground to earth approach that even though he doesn't do anything, that's okay. He will deal with it. Second thing, off ground, I know a lot of times this is the committee matter, I'll tell you, because I always think that this guy is little aggressive because that was my first impression and he broke again and again my that impression. So I get, I was new and then started getting, okay, why this is happening? What is happened? No, this we did blunder and not what not. And I call Parthiv Bhai, hey Parthiv Bhai, this is all happened. I have little tension on my head. And once I hang up the phone, he makes sure that everything is calm. He has that calmness approach toward dealing with things and solving the problems. So on and off field, he has always been like a big brother. Whenever I have been in a problem, he was there, in cricket or giving suggestion, and even apart from the cricket, he has always been there as a big brother. So thank you, Parthiv bhai, for all your support that you have given on ground,
Thank you
off ground, and
so
everything
much
that you have done for me.
for that.
Well, with that, let me go to KK. KK, do you have another memory you want to share, or please tell me two things about Parthiv that stood out for you?
Why not? I was speaking about it earlier about what Parthiv achieved this year when justice was not served. He stepped in, he made sure he puts enough effort in there and gave everyone hell to make the right thing. If not for Parthiv, that decision would have not been overturned, and we might have lost a great competitor called Indus from DCL. What you did, even when you knew that you or me might have been even got a ban from DCL, you stood for it. You said, "Yeah, anyway, I'm retiring. I mean, I'll rather do the right thing, and then leave with my head high." That is what he said to me over the phone as well. So that is the greatest memory, more than what I saw in the cricket field. This is what, he's not the captain of strikers anymore, but he stepped in. He joined back the captain's group. He took over the team representative role from his teammate. And it's hard to get that back, but he got that back. And then when Parthiv posts something, there was a unanimous decision. There was not even one vote that said no. Everyone in the captain's group said, yes, we're going with it. That is because the man's word has a lot of weightage, and that is what made everything happen. And as I said, there's nothing wrong in saluting again to you.
Thank
That
you,
is the
KK.
second.
I share the same sentiments on that one. I really felt that that was a phenomenal effort. All of us got together on it. At least the three of us had a lot of work put outside the committee and inside the committee. But inside the committee, the two of you spearheaded it. But I'll never forget what Parthiv and you went and did out there. Uh, it had nothing to do with Glads, but I felt it was a question of doing the fair thing and doing the right thing. And I salute both of you guys for what you guys did in the committee. Go ahead, KK.
Yeah, and the two qualities, one of them, I'm going to repeat and steal Samish's word here: resilience and his determination. Bouncing back from setbacks, no matter how hard the previous season is, he comes back stronger the next season. He gives body blows to the teams. He makes those opponents reflect on themselves. That's because of his amazing determination. And success doesn't come the easy way. You have to put in the hard work. I've learned that when I served with him for 2 years. So he's a great guy, true inspiration to all of us.
So with that, I'll go to Kapil. Kapil, you're his teammate. So tell us something, two things about Parthiv which we do not know, or we probably know it, but
I think everything has been talked about already. So right, but I'm going to stress on a couple of things, right? Even more, right? The passion that he has, passion that he has for cricket, passion that he has for his friends, passion that he has for the team that he played for. Then, as KK talked about, passion he had for the committee also when he was on committee. Not and this year he was not even on the committee, but he went through and saw that through that the justice is there for the team, all the what happened with Thunders and the other team. So it just that really stands out, right? He is very committed, right? He's very committed. If he decides to do something, he is going to do it, right? I mean, that's where his passion really shows up. You guys all talked about resilience and all of that talent, and I won't talk about that more. But again, right, it's as I've been trying to say. I mean, it's just the things that people do not see, right? The things that people see, everyone sees. We have talked about it. Just the this again. I'll go back to the same word, selflessness on the field. Whatever he is going to be there for the team. He's going to do the right thing, right? It's playing for the team. He is but again, in the end, it's all fun and games. You get out of the field, and it's all, he becomes cool. So I just want to, again, we've talked about all of this qualities, but I just really want to again stress this couple of things: his passion, and his really, his not being, hey, just a me guy, right? Hey, just look at me. It's all about me. He's not that. So he is everything other than that, right? So I think those are the two things. And one of the memories, or again, collection of memories, right, Viju, when we were going to play you guys in that playoff game, 1 versus 16, right? We went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Another thing that we always do, like as a team, like, hey, our significant others always think about, every time I say, hey, I have to go to a strategy session, right? Hey, somebody's going away from Michigan, or somebody's coming into Michigan and welcoming a new player, or sending off someone from Michigan, or hey, we have a big game, we have to go strategize for that, and we'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings, me, him, and all other friends. I mean, we'll go there. Yeah, we'll talk about strategy, but there was this strategy and this much alcohol, right? So we have had so much, all these memories, right? I think I'm going to miss all of that, right? We'll still do that, but we may not be playing. We'll still give our young teammates all the things that we have learned over the years. But those are the memories I'm gonna really have with me for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna miss them.
All right. Well, I'm going to come back to Samish. Samish, two things you wish you had said to Parthiv or done to Parthiv, which you never got to do.
This one is hard because
Sure is.
he's in Michigan. We are good friends. We'll have plenty of opportunities to do things that we haven't done together. But hey, actually, I missed a point, Viju. I'll get back to one of the things. What I wanted to add was that what actually has gone unnoticed, or where Parthiv has really been underrated, is how he has led the team, how he has led the strikers team. Because if you look at it, you can't look at a strikers team and say, "Hey, they are star-studded." They have a bunch of very good players, very good people, but you can't say they are superstars, right? They don't lead the stats. They may not have the best batter or the best bowler in the team, but you will see that every single year they have punched above their weight. And a lot of it, I think, comes from the leadership of the team. And it may not just be Parthiv alone. It could be, Kapil, Parag, others that help him with it. But year in and year out, they have beaten some of the best teams, and they have always been in that playoff race where they have taken out one of the big teams and been in race for at least the semifinals, if not finals. So that's something I feel, along with his batting, has been a bit underrated, which not many people talk about. And it's not that I'm here on on a radio TV show today and trying to say nice things, but it's something I've thought about many times before, that his team has always punched about the team about their weight. So maybe this was one thing which I hadn't said before. So Parthiv, I've covered
Well,
both something I haven't said, and I have already said it now.
that
But
means,
again, yeah. Sorry,
Samij bhai, that
go ahead.
means a lot. That means a lot coming from one of the captains of DCL that I look upon. So definitely, it feels a lot
And
more
I
realistic.
really mean it. It's not, as I told you, it's not because I'm sitting here and we are talking about you. It's not because of that I said it, but it is really true. And again, I don't know what your plans are. What I'd like to tell you is to get serious into golfing, so we can spend some more time together, and maybe couple will have more reasons to stay away from home, and have some strategy sessions in Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well, let me go to Satish Gaba. Gabaji, two things which you wish you had said to Parthiv or have not said to Parthiv, which you want him to hear now.
I think I would just put it differently. I think I wish I would have helped him to win at least one DCL trophy, because we tried to make one team when the T90 started. We tried to make a team Mumbai Indian, and we tried couple of years, but it did not work out. But I wish I would have contributed something to win him a trophy. That was my miss, Parthiv bhai.
Satish, we have already done that. We have won the Old Monks
Master,
Trophy.
yeah, he did not. He did not play the final. He did not play the
I
final,
was
though.
I was gonna say that. That's the only trophy I have. So he's
Yeah,
got more
yeah.
FCL trophies, but yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, he was there. He helped us get into the finals with a great spell.
Right. And then probably the second thing, I'm just trying to make it a little lighter. I would wish I would have sledged him enough to get him out, so he can taste his own medicine.
Okay.
On a lighter note.
Yeah, two people you don't want to do that. Parthiv and KK, both are on this panel.
Yeah, I think I could tell. He and me had those experience on the ground, so we know each other better.
So
Yeah.
I have a feeling in the DCL final, Yogi Bai will be sledging KK. but the advantage Yogi Bai has is Yogi Bai is not going to be playing the game, you see. So,
Vijay bhai, actually, I want to talk about the sledging in the section when we review, and then we go to the category. I think have very beautiful points actually, and because we have a lot of good people around here for the sledges, right?
Okay. Having said that, KK, two things which you wish you had said or wanted to do to Parthiv.
First, I wish I could have played against Parthiv in his prime.
Okay.
Because of the different times when we started playing, and then I missed out on that incredible experience. No matter how many runs we score, how many times we get out playing against a player in his prime, you'll always have a beautiful memory down the line. That is something which I miss. And the second one, I really regret it. It missed out. It slipped through the fingers. I hope at some point I had the chance to play along with Parthiv, to learn from a true master of the game, to have him in the huddle, to see his focus, learn that. I missed out. And I wish I had done that.
All right. Thank you. And finally, Kapil, two things you wish. I mean, sometimes you are teammates and sometimes he can get on your nerves. And there were times probably you might have wished.
No, I wish I could have, no, I think
While in
I've
Buffalo,
said
while
a
with
lot of things to him already, but it just, I wish, no, I don't think I have anything, because I've said everything to him. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think I hold back, right? Within our team also, on the field, it's like, when he was the old Parthiv, it was, I think it was my job to control him when he goes out of his, out of the bounds, right? So it's like, I wish I could have controlled him even sooner than that. No, I wouldn't say that, but I don't think I have anything to say. I mean, we have open communication, so I've said everything that I had to during our time together on the field.
Okay. Well, that finishes my questions to the panelists, but now I have some questions for Parthiv Mehta himself. Parthiv,
yes.
I want you to tell me three. Now we asked three sets of two questions each, but with you, you're the man of the hour, so you get three questions on each section. So three sets of threes. Yeah.
I mean, I hate to interrupt, but I think we should give Parthiv a moment. Get some water, because you're going to be speaking. This is going to be on recording for some time. So I want you to be at your vocal best.
I was sipping water, so I'm good.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Parthiv, give me three memories of DCL that made a lasting impact on you.
Yeah, I think I'll start off like I think Samish Bhai mentioned that memory. I think that is basically what made me what I am throughout the years. I think that
You are
was my
talking about the 6-wicket haul?
Yeah, the
Okay.
GLCC game.
Okay.
That was the first game in DCL, and I was part of strikers, which they happened to find me. I was working with someone at Ford, and they just invited me to a practice session, and I had no idea of the enormous league that DCL had with so many teams. I just went there because I wanted to play cricket as a pastime, and then I got introduced to a team. And on the first Saturday that followed, we played GLCC, and I remember in the that time there was no WhatsApp group, but on the field while practice they were talking about, hey, we know we are going to lose, but we'll try the next game and try to win that, because I think that was like probably equal weights. And I didn't know why people were talking about it, and I took it as just another game, as a challenge. And I remember, the previous night I was partying with my friends Friday night, until 2 a.m., and I was liquored up. I came to the ground. I was like, already hungover from the previous night, and I just started bowling. And just suddenly, it was one of those days when the ball just comes out of your hand really well. Things just happen to you, happened, and I was just fiery and fiery at that time. I was just basically, I didn't know anyone, and that was a good thing. I didn't know what GLCC was, what Samish was, Manish was there. They had some exceptionally talented players in the lineup. Vijay Namburi was there. So I had no idea of who these guys were and their reputation. So I just went after, ball after ball, tried to bowl as fast as I could, and just ended up having just unbelievable figures. Even today, I can't match those figures. I mean, 17, 18 years have passed, and that has been my standout performance. So the reason why it is an impactful memory is because I feel if it wasn't for that day, or it wasn't for that game, I don't think people would have known me or noticed me, and I would have been part of a team that was barely recognized or noticed. So I think that day and that spell has just given me everything that today I have with friends and just cricket and strikers. The other
I
one.
would disagree, Parthiv. Sorry. I would disagree because I'm pretty sure you would have had some other good games. But sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, I think, yeah, I mean, I would say, I cherish that all the time. It's not, at that time, you obviously want to beat the team. But after that, I always think about that game and that day as one that, just changed the whole outlook. And, everything happened for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. So it was just one of those beautiful moments. The second one I have is, I would, go away from cricket a little bit. I think it's more around the lasting impact that through DCL that I've been able to create these beautiful friendships. And as Kapil had mentioned, today it's not just about me being connected with all the DCL players. It's my family that is now connected. And my wife is great friends with my strikers buddies wives as well. My children have grown together. They all are now best buddies. And a lot of these friends have now either left Michigan and have left United States, but they're still very, very centrally connected to me through WhatsApp. And whenever I visit India, I meet a lot of those friends. So yes, they aren't active, but I think those lasting friendships is what I think DCL and strikers has is that's the biggest gift and the biggest memory that I will take back. Because cricket, I'll probably not play, but I'm sure when I hang around and I meet someone, that is the best reward I could get from playing in DCL and playing with strikers for so long. And the third one, I would say, coming back to my working in the committee, I think that was something which, uh, once I saw some things and I had some ideas, I thought about, to make a change, you have to become part of a change. And I think one of the things I learned a lot in the working in the committee is the whole democratic process, right? I mean, earlier, I had this notion like, hey, I want to go there and make some changes. I want to bring ideas. I had a lot of ideas on the field, off the field, But I soon realized that to get stuff done, you don't have, you cannot just basically get it your way. You have to rally support, you have to negotiate, you have to bring people together, and that's how you might not get everything, but you get a little bit of what you wanted, and that's how you kind of keep pushing towards betterment. And I think through the committee, I realized, working with these wonderful people, like hearing different perspectives, your perspective changes, and then you end up a much different with much different opinion than what you started with. So I think the working in the committee has changed the outlook of how I now uh, take up anything as a problem, and I try to resolve it. I try to basically think about the different perspectives, and how everyone doesn't have the same perspective as what I think, to start off with. And through the DCL committee, I think I've made a lot of other connections in the Michigan community through the different meetings we've had with sponsors, people who we've visited, like the restaurant owners and stuff. I mean, a lot of people know me because of my participation in the committee, and I think that is another one which I feel has made a lasting impact on me. So, as I said, cricket, more than cricket, I would say the memories and the impact they've made is, what through cricket I've been able to achieve.
Parthiv, this second question is an easy one. Uh, Probably one word answer. Three of your greatest opponents or teams. It could be individuals also, but three people from the opposition who stand out for you, or
I
team
think
stands out.
I think anybody who knows me and has known me, I think the number one would definitely be GLCC, because I think it's not that I want to beat them, or I want to, I feel like, there's something about them, but yeah, I think they just bring out the best in me, and I think that challenge is always somehow got me to work that extra bit harder, extra bit, perform a little better. And just the morning of that day, when I know that I'm playing GLCC, I just, just feel different. So, and also I look upon GLCC, from the time Samish was leading it, and all those people who have been there, Ashraf and Akash and Ajit and all, and now the new crop, now that KK and Kaushik have come in, just the way the team has transitioned and grown also, just I tried to kind of, as I said, I was thanking Samish for mentioning the leadership quality, but essentially I've been looking up to him and how GLCC is run to bring that kind of stuff in strikers as well. So GLCC is probably on top of my list. Glads would be second, and that's happened over a period of time, Viju, as we've had, as starting with you had Lansing, uh, and we played against each other, and then Glads were formed, and in the last few years we've had some really great games as well. And again, I've always looked at Glads as the team to beat, and the team that runs like a well-oiled machine. And the way you've run the team along with Satya and Arjun and all those guys, just feels like a very professional unit, running and getting things done, which I'm sure behind the scenes there's a lot more going on, but just the way you've kind of built the team, and the way you've support through Glads, kind of maintain that DCL DCL maintain so much interest in DCL as well. So one of the teams that I always look forward, start of the season, is GLCC and Glads. We need to beat them. And then the third one would be Raptors. And Raptors is primarily because I think there's a lot of people who I knew, no longer now. I think just maybe Vikas and Pradeep are only there around. But at one point of time, there were a lot of my friends who I worked with them at Ford, who used to be in Raptors. So there used to be always that rivalry between us and them, because I used to play like Friday nights for the Ford Cricket League, and then Saturday morning for strikers against them a lot of times. So that used to be a lot of that, friendly kind of banter, which resulted in a lot more challenges and competition. So,
Parthiv, do you remember an argument in Lansing? Now this is honest to the in the old DCL you had the 2 run marker and the 1 run marker from the wicket to maybe
Hello?
about 20 yards is the
Oh, sorry. I thought I
yeah
lost you.
from the wicket to about 20 yards is the 1 run marker. From 20 to 65 yards is the 2 run marker. You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Behind the keeper, I'm talking, to the left side of the keeper. All right.
Yes.
So you have a guy at deep square leg boundary, all right? And remember, this game was played in Lansing. Strikers versus Glads is happening in Lansing, and behind is the road. You get my point, because we couldn't get Lansing Lords on that particular day. So this game was being played in that school ground, but there was a road there, so that's why we had marked it off like that. And the guy is standing at deep backward square leg, and the ball is hit towards square leg. Well, the batsmen start running the second run. Now, remember, one of your fielders, he's coming from the boundary. He realizes, oh, the second run is going to be taken. So remember what he becomes? He becomes a Messi or a Ronaldo, and he kicks the ball. He kicks the ball out through the 1 run yard marker, and then starts the big fight. The big fight has Parthiv and me going out there and saying, "What the hell? That's a 2 runs. We were on the second run." And Parthiv says, "Nothing doing. That's not 2 runs. That's 1 run. It went through the 1 run marker." So we had a 15-minute discussion and an argument. And Samish, you want to know how that argument ended? Finally, I
Of
said, "You know
course.
what? I can't win this argument here." So I said, "You know what? Fine. We are going to have this as 1 run. I'm going to sit and write about this."
Yes, the pen.
Yeah, immediately the scenario changed, the mood changed. Oh, it's okay. You know what? Let's give them the 2 runs and be done with it. And then the argument went on for 5 minutes. No, I don't want the second run. And he is like, "No, you're going to get the second run." And Aditya Bomaraju was the umpire. Finally, he laid down the law and said, "Viju, 2 runs. End of discussion."
That was one, and I think the other famous one was, I remember the ball controversy which happened for that one game where there was this rumor where you felt like we changed the ball mid innings, and then there
Oh,
was this.
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my God!
remember that one. Yep. Anyway, uh, Parthiv, 3 outstanding performances that you will remember till the day you die. I think you already covered number 1, which was your
Yes.
six-wicket haul. Number 2 is what?
Number 2 is leading the team in 2016. We had an unbelievable season that year. We went 12-0 in regular season, and pre-quarters we beat Raptors. This was probably the most incredible run that our team has ever had. We've never had an unbeaten run ever. So this was really, really special. We stumbled in the quarterfinals. I think it was against Warriors, and that too, we always talk about that game. That too, a decision which was blatantly not given to us could have changed that season, because we were looking really good that season. And who knows if it could have been our season, the way we were playing. But that season, we just started winning game after game, and we soon realized, and I think it was a talk of the town, even on the radio show which Jagan has, everybody was talking about, like, this unbeaten run which we are having, which was, again, from a team you could expect from Falcons and GLCC and Glads happening that often, but doesn't happen for us. It was a kind of a once in a lifetime kind of thing, and I think that was one outstanding performance, I would say, by the team. And being the leader of the team, it just stays as a special memory for me.
Memory number 3?
And the memory number 3 is, I think, one of the special batting efforts, I think, just comes to my mind. I was trying hard to figure out what would that be. But a batting effort against Raptors in 2013, where we were chasing 80 plus, 85 plus, and 85 plus at that in those days is almost like 100, right now. Remember, the ball was different. You had one over the fence versus two over the fence. So it was a lot more different. And the way we were uh, placed in that game, it was we had lost like 4 wickets very early, 14 for 4. And then me and Shiva, he's not here in Michigan, but we stitched a partnership together and we took the game and chased it, and that I felt was a very satisfying win for me. And those have been like there those have been few and far in between where I've carried the bat through, but those hold a special memory for me. Those games which I was there to win the to hit the winning shot or take the last wicket, just hold special memory because I was able to finish the game on my own. And so this game against Raptors holds a special memory and special uh, impact. Performance for me.
Okay. Parthiv, the next question is, you're retiring. Why are you retiring? What's the future plans? Whatever you
So
can share.
Yes, the reason why I'm retiring, I think, is one of the things is like my daughter. My daughter has been in competitive swimming from last few years, and this year, hopefully, she's getting into the state championships. If she gets into the state cut, she's very close, and that will mean I'll be driving her around a lot, and her season goes throughout the year. Until now, most of the championships were local in and around Michigan, but now I think we'll have to go across states. So I want to dedicate my time to her. Secondly, I'm not going away from strikers or DCL. It's not like I'm completely going to switch it off. I am right now. I mean, we just last couple of weeks had a meeting at my place, got everyone from Kapil and Parag and Kishore and everyone in the house talking about how we want to go about in Division 2. So I'm part of the rebuilding process, and I'll continue to do that. And then I think one of the other ones is I floated out is I want to help the committee and more probably DCL in some manner. And I think umpiring is something that I think I can put my head into, of how to improve umpiring standards in general, maybe create a panel. So I'll be involved in some capacity, working with the committee, working with strikers in some manner or the other.
Okay. My final this thing is, uh, behind every successful man, there is a successful woman. But I believe when it comes to cricket played on Saturdays, as well as sometimes Saturday afternoons, Saturday evenings, Sunday mornings, sometimes when there is rained out games, the entire family plays a critical role. Here is an opportunity for you to give out a shout out.
Yep.
Starting from your parents to your own immediate family members who might be out here, who probably have sacrificed a lot for you over the years. The role the family played in making you the cricketer that you are.
Absolutely. I think without them, I don't think anything would have been possible. So yeah, starting from my parents, starting from the Almighty, obviously keeping me in good health. I think one of the things that I always keep telling my teammates as well, until now in these last 18, 19 years, I have never missed a game due to injury. I have missed a game due to travel or commitments, but never have I missed a game because I'm hurt or I'm just something has happened. So I'm lucky by that grace of God that my body has been injury free for most part. But yes, coming to my family, yes, they've sacrificed a lot, and I'm pretty sure I'm preaching the choir here. Everybody, I think whoever is playing DCL, I think pretty much everybody has their family sacrifices. And I think from last 20 summers, every Saturday, mornings or even sometimes the entire day has been dedicated towards cricket. So yes, there I would be lying to say it's been smooth sailing. There have been a lot of heated arguments. There have been there have been a lot of tamasha and drama at home. A lot of things have but somehow we've been able to work it out. So I've been able to get them to work, earn brownie points in some manner or the other to keep it going. But it's all in good zest. Everything happens for a reason, and my family has always been very supportive. But I would tell you an interesting story. Lately, in the last 5 years, I don't know if it happens to, I would ask Samish Bhai and people who have been playing this a lot, but lately in the last 5 or 6 years, if on a Saturday morning I do not go, my wife and my daughter would question me, are you all right, are you feeling all right? Why are you at home? So it's become almost the opposite. Before, it used to be like, hey, you're going and you're gonna, you don't have time for us, all that kind of stuff. And now they're so used to it, they feel like that's integral part of my life. It's like Saturday mornings I'm always out of the house. So it's, how things have changed over a period of time. It's sometimes it's funny to think about it that way. But I
Uh,
also want to take this opportunity. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, no, no, no.
Parthiv.
Go ahead.
I
I
wanted
thought
to
you were
take
done.
this opportunity. I know, and that's something that has always been something where I'm looking for a forum. But to essentially apologize to anyone who I may have rubbed wrongly, because I know I can be a brat. I used to be a brat on the field, and I would have said something or uh, done something which somebody might have not expected or would not have been used to. But I used to tell people off the field, that's how I learned my cricket. That's how I played my cricket in Mumbai. Sledging and getting into people's mind was part of the game, part of the DNA of how I played. So it used to come very naturally to me. It wasn't like I used to be just learning. It's just part of how we play. And you must have seen even Rohit Sharma. There are plenty of videos of him or plenty of stump mic conversations of how he talks and how he talks to his players and how he sledges and all. And that's essentially epitomizes how I've also learned that cricket. So yes, I might have rubbed a few people wrong, and so I wanted to take this opportunity to if somebody has felt wrong on anything I've said or done, I apologize, and I hope that it doesn't come in our way to become friends. As I've always mentioned, on the field and off the field, it's two completely different things. I leave my cricket on the field. Off the field, I always try to be help or make friends. So, and thank you so much, Viju and Satya and all of you guys. Those words. I'm gonna keep this YouTube recording forever. I'm keep gonna keep hearing it. But that was really, really emotional and touching stuff. Appreciate all the great words. Appreciate that I've been, you look upon me in that manner. It was very nervous for me to come to this show today, even though I host the show, for the last 3 years. But I was very, very nervous to know, like, really what am I going to say and what am I going to hear. So again, my heart is full of content. I can't ask for anything more. So thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, Parthiv, we love doing it for you. And I took it upon myself to host this part because you are the host of the show. And as soon as this segment is over, you're going to go back and be the host and for the last time and cover the GLCC versus KRCC game, which is a very exciting game coming up. And maybe we might have to cut some of the semifinals game a little short just to cover up for it. But because I would like to cover the finals. But having
Yeah.
said that, I would like to say that, you know what, family is everything. And I understand the reason why you're retiring. And so I want to wish your daughter and wife and everybody else all the best. They have an absolute gem in you, and they should value you for who you are. And I'm sure they do. And I do know one thing: success on the cricket field probably comes at a very high price
Mhm.
at home also. But I
Yeah.
know the glad skipper, Satya, has a wonderful wife who supports him 100% of the way. There is no other way the glad skipper is playing DCL. What is that? Phoenix Reds. Then there is a Masters tournament. He's playing that. He's playing leather ball. I mean, he plays about 5 or 6 tournaments. People have asked me, how in the world does he do it? And all I can say is he has a fabulous wife which allows him to do it. So, but to all the better halves who allow their husbands to pursue their dream, we give them a salute on this particular day. I want to thank Samish for coming on the show. Parthiv really wanted you. He wanted three people on the show. One was you, one was Kapil, and one was Vijay Shanmugam. I did. Vijay Shanmugam was supposed to come on the show. I did my best. He said he was coming, but you know, I don't know. Something must have held him up. But whatever it is, thank you, Samish, for coming on the show and making it special for Parthiv. I'm sure he'll remember this for a long time. Thank you, Kapil, for being a wonderful teammate and for coming on the show. And the rest of the Primetime gang, thank you for allowing me to host it. And thank you for all the sacrifices and for all the wonderful words which you mentioned. With that, Parthiv, I'm handing over the show to you. Thank you and have a good day. All right. Now let's go ahead. And you guys can drop off or you guys can continue.
Yeah.
That's totally up to you. But I'm just handing over this segment back to Parthiv, the original host of the show.
Yes, you're
I would like
absolutely welcome
Samish bhai
today
Awesome.
to
Thank
stay
you.
on.
for listening, because we are going to talk about GLCC and KRCC. So, Samish Bhai, if you want to stay back, you're welcome to.
I'll
He
stay
needs
for a
to.
bit and
Okay. All right. Since Samish Bhai is here for a little bit, I would like to start off with GLCC and Legends game first. I mean, what a spectacle this was. I don't think we expected, I myself, for once, I think I predicted Legends because I felt they were on a roll. They had the firepower in terms of the bowling, with Narne, spitting fire. But I mean, their batting just terribly collapsed, and I think even GLCC, for that matter, I don't think with 74 on the board, they would be very happy going into the bowling. But it was an outstanding bowling effort from Hemant. uh, his bowling figures, four overs, eight for 5 wickets, just broke the Legends batting altogether. So I felt, I would love to know from you, KK and Samish Bhai. I don't know if you were watching the game or were at this. I didn't see you playing, but love to know, like, how did you guys prepare for this game, and what do you think went wrong with Legends here?
I'll let KK to start. Maybe I can add after
No,
that.
Yes, KK. Go ahead.
I mean, Samish bhai was there. He was on the ground. He was looking cool in his shots. Encouraging the team throughout the game. But I would say, more than the semi-final game, I would rather call it a round two. Right?
Mm.
Our anxiety was at an all-time high across both the teams. Emotions were at an all-time high. Uh, but remember the last time we played, both the teams, we won in the last over with 1 wicket in hand. Uh, and there were some questions asked, wondering, was that win a fluke? Can we do it again? Can GLCC batting withhold? Does they have the bowling firepower? Because, when uh, Chennai went on to win that game against GLCC,
Mm.
when they chased down close to 150 runs. Questions were raised, but there was homework done behind the scenes. Again, as I said it again and again, in the league stages, there will be experimentation. You'll be looking for combinations. You want everyone to stay in touch, be it batting, bowling, and also not a full team. Not even in a single game we had the full team. But I think coming into playoffs, we had that. Availability, I would say, the commitment from the players, and that's what brought us that amazing win in this game. But within the game, so as I said, emotions were at an all-time high. But I'll let Samish Bhai speak. He has been doing this for a long time. He saw the game live, and also then Satish Bhai wanted to add some comments, so I'll let them speak.
Yeah, I think this demonstrates the pressure that DCL playoffs are, and if you're not used to it, um, you you can be found wanting, in the sense that even if you look at the game, even GLCC did not really bat to their potential. We were somewhere around 54, 64-4, and then 74 all out. For a playoff game, I felt that we could have done better there. But at the same time, even though the runs, if you look at the graph last couple of years, the number of runs that teams are scoring now, even in playoffs, is much higher than it used to be. But even after that, pressure is what matters. I know you talked about Hemant, but I think what actually broke the chase was Amit's 2 early wickets. And once he got those 2 wickets, I felt that Legends stopped looking to score runs. And you have been part of this league forever. Once you stop to look scoring runs, you're done. Especially if other team has a decent bowling attack. You cannot take that pressure, especially in the playoffs. I think that's what went wrong with Legends. I would say counter attack was needed at some point, especially when they hadn't lost too many wickets, so somebody could have gone after the bowling. But they looked like they wanted to bat 25 overs and chase it slowly, which I felt would give us that many opportunities to get wickets, and that's what happened. It was a great game, though. It reminded us of old GLCC.
Absolutely, yeah. It definitely looked like a one of the old games where 70, 80, and then you guys basically
Right.
demolish their opposition. But also, I would love to know from Gabaji, I think, or KK. I mean, there was some rumors of some sledging and some altercation happening on the field.
Well, I think the if you ask the Legends, they'll say that the culprit in chief is sitting right in front of us. and if you ask,
Tell us about that.
and if you ask him, he'll say, "No, we didn't start the fight. Narne started the fight, and Narne is the one who instigated the fight, and Narne is the sole person who should be held responsible for the fight." So I'm sure we're going to get both sides of the story. But KK, go ahead.
All that I can say is there are no saints on both the sides. Both the sides, the players wear their pride on their sleeves. They play to win, right? And when uh, an opportunity like that comes, they try to demolish the opposition. That is what happened. They tried to do that. We tried to do it back, but it went a bit too far. When Kaushik went into the field and some of the players were aggressive, and then now Preet and Maulik stepped in, and by the time I turned back, half the team is inside the ground. And I was trying to actually pull the team members out. When was the last time I tried to bring someone out? People were always trying to get me out of there, but it was the other way around this time. But yes, as I said, the players
But
on both the sides.
But was that something
Go
that
ahead.
you had thought about as a strategy to work against Legends? I think
No,
that was one of the comments which I had seen somebody
no.
float.
Why would we do that when we are on high, right? No. But of course, we were complaining to the umpires that every over there is a hurdle. So, and then when we were talking to the umpire, I think their players tried to speak to us. So when there is word in word for exchange, things heat up, and that led to whatever happened on the field. It was not pleasant to see that, but what that did was something which have not. I thought that's not going to happen in this year. That's the entire unit of JLCC getting united, right? But that one incident triggered what's to come. Every wicket was celebrated as if it was between 12 hungry people. They wanted the win, right? When was the last time you have seen a wicket falls and all the 12 plus 5, 6 from outside, everyone running into the ground at their full speed and celebrating each wicket? People were at the 30-yard marker behind the bowlers, and you can still hear that in the video, the way people were screaming. So that is what happened, and I think that was much needed to get across the last two lines in the semi-finals and finals. Now I have whatever 1% doubt I had in my mind that, somewhere something was missing. Now that's no longer missing.
Okay. One question I did have, since Amish Bhai is here. Every time that JLCC has entered the final, hasn't it every time won? Have you guys lost the final?
We have lost 2 finals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I can't.
but this week won't be that week. Yeah.
Samish, you know that Yogi Bhai watches the show religiously because you want to know how religiously? Guess what? Now, he didn't tell me not to tell it, so I can tell it. I'm assuming I can tell it. I got a call from Yogi Bhai, and this was with regards to Yogi Bhai was playing Gabaji's team. And he brought up the thing, Viju Bhai, 2 years ago, all right, 2 years ago on the primetime show, you said that a team cannot play back to back on the same field. In other words, if you played your quarterfinal in DSP2, you can't play the semi-final also in DSP2 because that's an unfair advantage. And I said, yes, that is true. That is the rule. But it was not followed last year. Okay, because so he asked me why did Glatz not object, because Gaba was playing quarterfinal there, sorry, pre-quarterfinal there and quarterfinal also there. So why did we not object? Well, I said we didn't object because one, we thought that we can beat them. That was one thing. Second was we didn't object last year because last year also randomization allowed us to play in the same ground. At that time, if our opposition had come back and said, see, it's not fair that you play in the same ground 2 games back to back. And this was a rule which was brought by Megabytes because Megabytes objected to it. And I think Samish will remember this. But the understanding was very simple. If you played in one ground, the next game, the very next game, you can't play in the same ground. Even if your randomization came there, you're supposed to skip that and assign that ground to whoever else. But it was not followed last year, and Glatz took advantage of it. So I was not going to sit there and complain when the same thing happened this year. So we did not object. But with regards to the question from Yogi Bhai, remember, from 2 years ago, he saw the show and he said, you know what, you mentioned this. And I remember this very clearly that many captains do not know this. And you mentioned that on the show. I said, yes, I remember mentioning that many captains do not know that. And that was the rule which was followed, which was that you cannot play back-to-back games in the same thing, even if it is randomized. So I said, yeah, I understand that. So he said, what should I do? I said, you can go and bring up the rule. But he said, I've looked up the entire rule book. It's not there. I said, it's not there in the rule book. I know that.
Yeah,
it's not there in the rule. Yeah.
There's nothing like
But
that.
Yeah, go ahead, Samish.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I was just kidding. If you really look at it for last 3-4 years, KRCC is the team to beat, right? So, although last couple of years they didn't make it finals, but if you look at in the beginning of the season, every team is thinking that KRCC will be one of the teams that will get into finals, and then it will be somebody else. So I was just kidding about this week not being the week, but I know what you mean. It's going to be a great game regardless. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it will be a very good game. And I think the 2 best teams are there. So one team has the batting and the other team has the absolutely fabulous bowling. And
I feel
I'm
so
sure,
too.
yeah, I mean, they're going to come out and there. I'm sure Gababai will have a lot more things from his game. But yeah, that's what it is. Parthiv, you had some other question.
No, I think I had Gabaji if he wanted to chime in on this game before I switch to the next one.
Okay, I think I don't want to cover much on the game because I think KK and Samish Bhai and you all have already spoke about. I just wanted to make some points about the sledging and the incident probably. I did not watch on the ground, but I watched the recorded video that is available in the YouTube. First thing, everybody should understand sledging is not everyone's cup of tea. Okay, people should understand that. There are two type of sledgers. One is smart sledger, and second one is clumsy sledgers. So smart sledgers are at least three people sitting here, I would say. Okay. Yeah. So we can take that hit when we are off the thing. Like just for an example, me sledging KK when he's batting and when I'm batting, we both can take it, and then still we can go ahead without getting into that situation because we are smart sledgers. Now we have clumsy sledger like Narne, who wants to sledge but cannot take it back. Okay, and the second thing, cannot take it back that badly that it disturbs his performance and his team performance as well. So
Right.
anybody like that should never get into the sledging and only focus on their own performance. Right?
Yep.
Like for a GLCC, if you see the very smart move, right? GLCC in GLCC, KK is fielding all 25 overs. Tell me why KK is fielding all 25 overs?
Yep.
To get into batsman head all the
Correct.
time.
Yep.
Right? So
Who was sitting? Maulik Patel?
I don't know who is
Yeah,
sitting,
Maulik is
but
sitting.
25 overs KK is in because I could not see all the people, but I can see KK coming almost every 2-3 balls and getting into batsman head. That
Yep,
who
that's
is
fine.
sitting out can maybe KK or Samish Bhai, whoever knows better can tell because for
M-
12 person,
Mola
all
is
11
sitting out.
person are not visible.
Yep.
We had an understanding, right? Me and Mola. So only one of us will field. And in this
Okay.
game, I wanted Mola to field. Mola said, "No, you're going to field. You need to be on the ground."
No,
So
it's not about who is
we are
fielding,
ready
to
to
be
take
very
this.
frank. It's all about
Hmm.
who's getting the job done. I think KK is not there on the field to field, to be very frank. Okay. KK has a different job to do.
Well,
So
he did
I
it
think,
with perfection.
yeah, I'm not sure. If you guys, Viju bhai and Parthiv bhai, if you did not get a chance to watch that video, please go and watch that
By
video.
the time I
No, no, no,
clicked
no,
on,
no. I watched the video. In between, I had to go somewhere, and I came back, and I saw that the fight was in full fledged. You see, so
No,
it was going.
watch the second inning when KK and Hitesh was started getting into
Oh,
the
they
batsman
were
head.
standing on two sides and
Two
talking to
sides
each
giving
other.
high
Yeah,
five
yeah,
to each.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They were sitting there, and I thought that was a clinic. Now,
yeah.
I'm sure
So
it was
I
probably
think I
deliberately
I
done also.
I I think even if you ask me, it was little funny on the video, and it is too. I again, it may be little overboard, but it came just because of the fight that it broke and the sledging that might have come in the first inning. You got my point. Probably they wouldn't have that much if the first inning incident wouldn't have happened that way. You got my point. So when you are taking your battle, right? Take a battle where you can deal with, and I think legend Narne probably specifically Narne. I think have seen him in the sometime. I just do not want to disrespect him, but I think he has that. He cannot be a sledger because he cannot take it back. You got my point. Whenever half of also he will receive, he'll go to the anger. I have seen that anger on the ground. At least on the video, the way he tried to reach and approach. So this is what my view on the sledging side of any incident. To be very frank, considering the base for the
absolutely, I think
GLCC.
you're spot on. I think one of the things that I always, whenever I used to sledge, make sure that I make comments which are not personal, but basically something that distracts, somebody, what their thinking is. And also, as you mentioned, you yourself is a double-edged sword, so you should be prepared when you go out. People are going to target you, so you should be able to take it take it as well. So I
Yeah,
think that's something that you should be always prepared. Like when you are, as I said, if you do only, you are going to get
yeah,
as well. So
yep.
Did you guys feel? I mean that legends need to go and do some homework because it was 15 for 9. And the way it was going, I mean, it was probably the most lopsided result of a team batting second, scoring only 24 runs. I mean, it was the last pair which put 9 runs, but somehow I felt that the intent was never there. I mean, you have one batsman batting 22 balls and scoring 0 runs. Somehow, I don't think that's the objective of the game, right? I mean, the objective of the game is to score runs. So this is why I had not picked Legends. I had picked GLCC to win the game. I just felt that mentally GLCC would have the edge. And in a playoff game, usually that makes a difference. Legends have the talent, but I think they have to work on the mental aspect. I think whether it's the sledging portion, I do not know, but I do feel that there have been a number of times when the game is close, somehow they're not getting the job done. But take nothing away from Gurunaga. I think he raised the level of his game when the game was on the line. And this is despite a broken finger. So somehow he's able to channel that inner Jordan and bring out the best in himself. Yeah, KK, you raised your hand.
You are absolutely right. He
Oh,
brought
I'm
in
absolutely.
angles which we have not seen before, coming from around the wicket, getting that Bumrah-like action, getting the ball in to Kaushik the very first ball when he bowled, getting him out, and then he was phenomenal on the day.
That's what I felt. That's what I felt too. I felt that he was playing at a level which the others were not playing at. So the guy with the broken finger is raising the level of his game, and maybe the others probably needed to do that. And I think they need to go and look at Mahendra Yalyanka. He came there in the second down, and I don't know. I don't know what the objective was. And then what happens is you get into a lull, and the next thing you know, the pressure is building, and the opposition is just sitting there, and they're dancing on your head. That's what I felt, Parthiv. I felt that the GLCC guys were dancing on the head of the Legends, and the Legends were in a shell shock, not showing enough fight.
I'll also share something, and at the 12 over mark, when I was trying to broom the pitch, I saw that the layers of the pitch were getting out, right? And I did exactly what Satya did the last year. I put on some sand onto the pitch to make it a little more subtle, right? Even then the ball was keeping low between the 13th and the 21st over until when we batted. But then it's also NPP4, the same ground where when I was part of Legends, we were all out for 53. The same year when strikers knocked you out, right, on the adjacent ground. The same year, it's same NPP4. Opponent lost 8 wickets for 50. This year in August, we played Michigan Cup, a game over there. The opponent got bundled for 21, and we lost 7 wickets to chase that 22 runs. So we know the pitch is not right. It's going to deteriorate at a rapid pace. Then I saw at the innings break, I saw exactly Legends do that. They were brooming it harder. And then when me and Hitesh were talking about the same areas where the ball is going to pitch, it's going to go down. When the second ball of the innings, when Amar went on the front foot, I wanted him to stop doing that, because when Amar gets on front foot, he hits a couple of them, it's game over. And the idea was to plant in such a way that the ball is going to keep low. The moment you plant your foot out, it's going to keep low. And then the next ball, he did not go front. He was stuck in the middle. The ball went zipped through, got the wicket. And it kept on doing that throughout the innings. In the second innings, NPP4 is known for doing that.
Well,
and what also helped us is you need pinpoint focus and determination to play on that pitch. But what did not help the Legends was their batch that came in around the first half of the first innings. So they were playing songs, got the mic on, they're trying to do everything to distract the batsman. Normally, when you play competitive games, when you have supporters, say Mumbai Indians is playing a game, your team gets wickets. What you do, you play songs which are to encourage your team, not to make fun of the other team. So they were playing those slang songs which were kind of a bit demeaning towards GLCC. With all that distraction in that dugout, I was pretty sure it's going to impact their game. And even when we were fielding, we were saying things out loud. Just for the sake of it, I was saying that if these guys claimed six as a catch, they're going to lose the game. Upar wala dekh raha hai and all, and they're trying to respond back. And when Hemant Naidu got out, you see their response in the mic was so loud that until the moment the ball was released, they kept on talking. Batsman lost the focus. He was bowled the next ball. All right. So this is one reason. Normally, over the years,
KK,
Satya knows this.
I mean, I'm sitting 10,000 miles away. You're telling that they brought a bunch of
They did not win.
cheerleaders. Their
But
supporters,
they
you mean?
always join. Yeah, the supporters. Because even in the last year finals, when Phoenix Reds chased down that 100 and 115, they had 50, 60 folks over there. Our dugout was clean because Satya knows for a fact I do not allow anyone into our dugout because it disturbs the game tempo. I'll say stay out. Because
Okay,
you need that, right? You need your 11, 12 players to be focused. You can celebrate all that you want after the game. Not
so you are
during
saying
the
that
game. But it has helped us.
their posy who joined them got them off their game plan, is it? Is that what you're
That is
saying?
what I think. It
Okay.
could be right, it could be wrong, but that's what I think. The moment you see them, you have a better chance. Because they have nothing to lose. They are not playing in the same team. They don't carry the same emotion that the team carries. And at the beginning of the season, I said something. At the beginning of the season, not beginning of the season, midway through the season, you asked me a question: what is Legends missing? I said Praveen is a very smart guy.
Okay.
He knows what to do. And in this game, he should have kept the dugout calm. Now the game is over. I can share that.
Yeah, I feel those are all, in the end, they are all non-cricketing reasons, right? If you really want to win a game, you have to come to the game with the heart. If you want to win the playoffs, if you want to win the finals, you have to have that steel in you. What I felt was, as Viju mentioned too, when Mahindra came to bat, both him and Harish, all they wanted to do was play out. Play out. I don't know, play out till when. I don't know what the instructions were. But if you look at any great team historically, I'm not talking about these small tournaments. If you look at any big team historically, any great team, they have one thing, and that is the counterattack. In the sense that if they lose 2, 3 quick wickets, they won't defend. They'll go after you. If you remember Ricky Ponting, Andrew Simons, if you're looking at India's T20 team right now, if you look at England's T20 team that won the World Cup, or England's team that won the World Cup, the key was that they never backed down. They counterattacked, and that's what I feel. To some extent, they should have looked to score 3, 3, 4, 4 runs. And that would have taken care of everything else, the noise, the sledging, the whatever. All they had to do was get to 20, 25 runs. But they didn't. I don't know what they were waiting for. Maybe they wanted to play out 12 overs. But I felt that's where the game was lost.
For me too. I think exactly the same thing. I feel when Mahindra came there, the entire oxygen was sucked out of that ground. There was absolutely no intent whatsoever. And if I was the skipper, I would have been walking right to the middle after the third dot ball and saying, I want intent. I don't want you just pushing the ball, Just pushing the ball doesn't get you anything.
Yeah.
It's only going to...
You can't blame him though, Viju, because we don't know what the instructions were from the
Yeah,
dugout.
no,
right?
I don't. Yeah, but I felt that you can't, you cannot be on the back foot. I honestly felt that way.
You dig yourself into a deeper hole when you play like that. It doesn't matter. It's a lesson actually. Two teams are going to play finals next week. There will be pressure situations. You have to find a way to come out. It's a lesson. If you really look at it, you go back and look at this game and say, hey, this is not something we can do. Because teams in playoffs have great bowling. You dig yourself into a hole, it's very hard to get out.
Yep. And talking about pressure situations, let me go to the second game, the second semi-final. I think that was Titans and KRCC. I think KRCC handled the pressure better than the Titans guys. But just like Legends, I think Titans too, this season have moved a step closer to where they want to be eventually. Both semifinalists. And I think in this game, I think KRCC, we all knew, Detroit Titans from the very get go had a tough draw, whereas they came across Glads first and then they had Bulls, now KRCC. So it was always going to be an uphill task for Titans. But in this case, I think the template didn't really work out for Gabaji. I think 80 and 90 is their sweet spot, where once they score those runs, it becomes doubly hard for anyone to chase or put those runs against their bowling. And I think the biggest turning point is DG, our
That
MVP.
to run out, Parthiv. That's a killer, right? That's an absolute killer.
Yep. So that was pretty apparent. But I would love to know from Gabaji, since he's here, how he saw the game unfold.
Yeah, Parthiv, I think we again got chance to bat in this particular game, and I think we had got heartburn in the very first over itself, where PD got out without playing any single ball, right? So, and in the big game, right, we wanted people. Any team wants to play, wants people to perform who are already performing in the league, right? Because if you see, right, 3, 4 people are only scored a run in this season for us. So PD is one of the highest scorer, not just for my team, but entire league at this point, if I'm not wrong. But he got out, and then we got one. In basically, we did not have the start that we wanted, and it was unfortunate. But Ishan stood up right there, and I think other than Ishan, I think nobody supported. I think he had little bit partnership with Abhishek, and then followed by me. But after my wicket, I think literally no support to Ishan. And if you ask me, I think we felt that at least I felt that we are like short of a 20 odd run. Basically, if we are having 75 plus run on the board, we would have fought even better and probably would have won as well, because we in the bowling side, if you see, right, we had a really great start. Only they got first partnership, and after the third, fourth wicket, where Raja and Heather started building some partnership around 15, 20 runs partnership, and then they got the game little closer. And
Yep.
second partnership, when they needed a 15 run, they had like Munad and Jiban.
Ziban.
So
Mhm.
again, these people can. We knew that was the wicket. That was the wicket that we need to take. Yeah, make and break, and then eventually they cannot play a single double type of game. And we had those field setup and everything. It's just that they were better to get those quick boundaries on that occasion, and then those 15 runs came in no time. If you see, I think when they both came to bat, I think in the next 2, 3 overs only they scored those 15 runs. If we would have got that one wicket, probably we would have even tried to defend this extremely low total as well. Again, what one understanding that I have, that in the entire this season, this is the first time we played to the KRCC, and I think that they are the best bowling unit. And I think all the teams that have played so far, they are not even 50-60% of the bowling unit that they are carrying at this point of the time. So
Parthiv,
absolutely,
Parthiv, what he's saying is absolutely right. Go and remember when Glad's played KRCC, you'll remember after the game, I openly admitted that they kicked us left and right. And my bigger problem was I do not know how to solve the problem. I mean, if we run into them again, yeah, I'm sure we'll come up with some other strategy or something like that. But I really have no idea how to solve that. They have 6 bowlers who can bowl 5 overs each on any team. All right, without a doubt, as the number one bowler. So that's the problem. So again, you needed a good batting unit, and I'm happy that a good batting unit is there in the finals, because that makes it a little more of a contest. But if it was somebody else, it would have been very, very difficult. You need a good batting unit to counterattack this thing. But having said that, DCL is a bowler's game, all right? And they have 6 top-notch bowlers. And even if one of them is having a bad day, they have people who can get the job done. And what Gaba is saying is absolutely spot on, because this is why I said to you last week also, we lost only to 2 teams. And unfortunately for us, both of them were in our side. So we knew, or at least I knew, even though I did not publicly say it, it's going to be very difficult to win this year, because the 2 teams that got us are both on our side. So that means matchup wise, we are having a problem. But yeah, I think GLCC has the advantage on strategy. But I think when it comes to sheer physical ability, there is no bowling team like KRCC. The last I can think of is Megabytes. They had 5 great bowlers, but not this kind of pace. That's the other problem.
Yep. And
But I think the Megabyte bowlers were more accurate. All right, those guys can bowl 25 overs and not give a wide. I have seen that personally. I was the umpire, but these guys will give some no balls and some wides, but they make it up with I don't know, 1 ball at the right spot. I mean, you have to be very, very cautious. I mean, your wicket can fly at any point of time. That's the downside.
Yeah, so I think that's where we want to focus our next talk is KRCC and GLCC. What are their strengths and weaknesses? So you rightly pointed out it's batting versus bowling. GLCC's batting versus KRCC's bowling. But in terms of, I feel KRCC, you might think that their batting is not that strong, but they have the ability to hit like the big shots and come out of the jail or counter attack at the right moment. And I think that's also something that GLCC will need to look at, because they have some players like the Ali, what is his name? I keep forgetting. Ali Abbas and Ziban. Even in the previous game, I think he smashed like 4 sixes in a row, finished the game. They were chasing a similar 50 odd total. So they do have that firepower in the batting as well, I feel. So it's not just bowling, it's the batting as well. But so it's definitely going to be an uphill task, but it is going to be, somebody has to plan to how. I don't know what's the plan. Like you said, you're clueless of how you tackle this bowling. I don't know if anyone of the panelists has something they can offer of how GLCC should tackle their bowling.
Yeah, but I thought KK said last week that Gaba gave the plan on how to beat KRCC last year, and GLCC executed that plan to perfection, right? That's what KK said last week. Unless I heard something Greek and Latin.
I said it.
Yeah, so I'm sure the same plan. I'm sure they're coming with something similar, right? I mean, if a plan worked last year, don't you think you will reattempt that plan this year too? Tell me why that plan wouldn't work this year. Okay, now tell me why the plan wouldn't work this year, Gababhai. Since you gave the plan. Oh, that's the secret. Oh, that's the secret. All right.
I think I'm just kidding. I think that situation is not there anymore. So the different situation this year. But this year, KKY no free service. Okay, if there is a treat waiting for me in this course, call me after this.
All right.
But
let's close up the show and meet there.
All you have to do is let Yogi Bhai know. He'll pay you double the amount, man. So, but I'll tell you what's the other difference. Yogi Bhai is doing his homework this year. He is looking at shows 2 years ago. All right. So that tells me he's doing his homework this year. This year, he is not leaving anything to chance. He seems to be on top of his game. So that's one thing. So I think you're going to see a more well-prepared KRCC unit. But I still think on strategy, I'll give the edge to GLCC.
All right. So what are the key
Yeah.
matchups?
The
How
last
would you
year's
square?
plan,
Yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
the
Sorry.
last year's plan, whatever Gavabai was saying, uh, needs to be improvised slightly, because last year we had one guy on the field, who is brainless, and that helped us. This year he has not played a single game for KRCC, so we played with his ego last year, which helped us with the game. This year we're going to play a little more smart.
You're talking about Jasneet Singh?
I'm not taking names,
Okay, well,
but that guy is already.
he's the only guy
That
who's
guy has
missing.
already started put. That guy has already started putting his finger into the finals umpiring and such things. So advantage GLCC.
Not
He has
Jasneet.
already put. He has already put his. He has already put
Put
his
his
finger
nose
into the. Huh?
into
Oh,
the
his
umpiring
nose.
selection for the finals.
But he hasn't played a single game this year. He's
Yes,
stuck in
but he's
India, or
still the
where
vice captain on. He's still the
he's the
vice
vice.
captain on paper.
I agree.
Yeah, I want
But
him to come to the
by the way,
ground.
Samish, you know what is the interesting thing? On Jagan's show, my friend KK and Jasneet Singh were the analysts.
Well, that
No,
was out of sheer respect for
yeah.
Jagan
Okay.
and Vamsi, that as part of the show, right? So
Okay. But anyway, so you're saying he is going to ensure that our friend KRCC loses. I don't know. I
yeah,
mean, I think Tamim Momini is the captain now, right? I mean, I think he's things a little more under control.
let's see.
But
I mean, I'm not going to mince my words. There is nothing. It's a final. I'm
it's a
going to be
final.
very honest, open and honest
It's
with
a
you.
final, and you know what, Parthiv?
Give it all.
Be ready for whatever you saw in the Legends versus GLCC game. Some of it to happen in this game too. And
Oh, wow.
yeah,
The
yeah. I
fireworks?
mean, yeah. It's
Let
so what if
happen, man.
you mean to say that GLCC went all the way there to lie down and say, "Come, walk over us"? And certainly not KRCC didn't go, isn't going to go there. They are looking to pay
It's
back for last year. All right, they have the
it's not going
intention
to
of giving a
happen.
payback.
It's,
What's that
Yeah,
again?
as
but
long as I'm on the field, it's not going to happen. That I'm going to
Okay,
tell you,
okay.
it's not going
So
to happen.
the war
so
games are starting. The war games are starting, Parthiv. The war games are starting.
The word game is definitely starting.
But
But
you know, but you want, let me give you an interesting thing. This is I do not know how accurate this is, but somebody texted me that Akash Patel is in India or has gone to India or something like that. That means our friend Samish Kilam will be playing this game.
yes, I was going to ask this question. Is there going to be a change? Is Samish coming back?
Well, obviously, if Akash is gone, then uh, who else comes in?
Too early.
I
It's
think
the future.
I think we have plenty of firepower. So I wouldn't think about that. But if you really look at the game, I feel if you neutralize Mufassir somehow and go after rest of the bowlers, the key would be for us to keep it a low scoring game. To keep the totals at a point that our batting can score against KRCC's bowling. So, however, we want to do that, however, we want to strategize based on that. That is what I would think of doing. But I think we have plenty of players available, so we'll see how I don't know. KK may have a better idea, but we have a lot of players available, so we'll see how that goes.
I mean, I personally, Samish, I'll tell you one thing. I do not know who is the person who is better than you. I honestly feel that you still can, in this present day DCL, still give 10 runs with the bat. And somehow I feel that these guys have not been using that batting ability. All right. I'm saying this with Mr. KK sitting on the show. Kaushik and KK and all these other guys. No, I mean the guy can still bat, and I have text, Samish. I have text to show you, which will tell me which says that, man, what are these guys doing with Samish? He can easily give you 10 runs.
So
So anyway,
Last
but
year, when the game was on the line, we had 1 wicket and 7 or 8 runs to win. It was me and Samish who took the team over the line. So no doubt on
okay,
his batting ability. Okay, but
okay.
It's the
yeah,
bowling we are worried about.
no, I'm not bowling,
I'm,
Samish bhai. Don't worry about it.
I'm just kidding. No, not you. I'm talking about myself, Kik. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
But how
Sorry.
much
Yeah.
is true about Akash not being available? Is that, can you confirm in the show?
100%.
On the last week's show, he's
I'm
not
feeling from the
available.
last 2 weeks you guys are not
Me
listening.
last week you
I
didn't
thought
identify any names.
no, I did not because I did not want to reveal, to be very frank.
okay.
But I
All
thought he is
right.
not available from semi-final itself. But
Okay.
KK on the show corrected that whatever the name that you are thinking won't be available on the final, and it was Akash Patel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got. It's been this thing. So anyway, whoever told me got their information correct. But here is the
Oh,
thing.
Yeah, the information is out there from June.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here is the question though. Why in the world Akash Patel wants to win a championship? Why in the world did he not arrange his trip after the final? You know when the final is.
Navratri.
So
He wants his family to have the experience of kids joining the Navratri, because coming the next year, the schools are going to get to such a level that he cannot take that break. So
Samish has
that's fine.
Akash won a
This is fine.
championship?
Yes, he has.
Yes.
Okay.
We,
All right.
2016.
Okay.
Yeah,
2016, is it?
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We got lucky that strikers lost.
I know that was our season.
Okay. All right. Well, if that is the case, then
I
I'm
was
not
going to
gonna
ask
worry.
you guys, if you had to select the man of the match for the finals, who would that be?
From our team?
No, I mean,
Now we're not answering that. Yeah, of course, from our team, but let the
yeah,
panelists answer.
obviously you guys are going to answer from your team. I'm asking the neutral guys. I'm asking Viju and Gabaji. Who do you pick the man of the match of the finals?
So both the side we have to pick one, or
No. Just obviously, if you pick from GLCC, it is always from the winning side, right? So obviously, it is obvious that who you are voting for.
I don't
So
know.
if you
I did
think
not
GLCC is
thought
going to
about
win,
that.
you pick from GLCC. If you think KRCC is going to win, pick from KRCC.
Satish, we won't feel bad. Pick whoever you
No,
think.
I'm not. I can
What?
pick one from the East team, to be very frank. So to
Okay, let's
make
do
it
that. Okay. I think let's not put them on the spot. Otherwise, let's pick one
so
player from one team who could be the man of the
yeah.
match.
So from GLCC, this is my different perspective. GLCC, I think Hemant is key at this point, to be very frank. He is the one who has to get the wickets, and also the down that he comes and he can score those 10-15 quick runs may help a lot. So that I
Mm.
would put as a key,
Mm.
from GLCC side. And from KFC side, the list actually, to be very frank, who will come and perform is very hard to say. But I think Jiban to watch for, to be very frank.
Mm. Okay. Viju, do you differ?
You should
Uh,
go and watch his scorecard from last year.
What?
for me, it is a question of how do you negate Mufi. Mufi is going to be key. That 5 overs, I think. If common sense tells me, I think GLCC will try to play Mufi out and not give him any wickets. That's probably what they're probably going to do. And probably 5 overs, 8 runs, 5 overs, 10 runs is probably what they're going to look at and attack the remaining 4 bowlers. I don't think Oni is bowling as well as he has bowled in the past. He might be carrying that injury, but they have enough bowlers. I think I still feel that Tammy Moni is the key on the batting end. I think GLCC's bowling is right up Tammy Moni's alley. So he will not have the same problem which he had with Titans. So this is where I felt Samish had to play. because with Akash also gone, all the other bowlers, well, you saw that Rahul Chenna could take them apart. You saw that when he went against Glatz took them apart. So the problem is, who is the bowler who can this thing? You're telling me now Preet is the bowler? I'm sorry, now Preet is not the bowler. Now Preet will be taken to the cleaners. That's my expectation. That I honestly feel that now Preet will be hit for runs in this game. Legends didn't do it, but these guys are not legends. So I think they will go for runs. But all the other bowlers are pretty straightforward bowlers, so it's not going to really cause too much problem. The guy with the variation was Samish and Akash, and Akash is not even playing the game. So that's where this thing is. So, and we'll also have to see how well Amin Jahan bowls. If Amin Jahan can bowl like how he bowled for Glatz last year, then you have another problem on your hand. But he has not been bowling.
He was not on his best.
He was not. Yeah, so that's going to be another key factor. But how good is that other guy? The guy who starts with the A, Abu or whatever. Ahmed, is it?
No. Oh, Nahid? I was talking.
No. Nahid is good. There is another guy.
Ahmed Bhatt.
Ahmed Bhatt. Yeah, Ahmed Bhatt. How good was he? He didn't play against us, so I don't know. I have no clue about how well.
He was also good. I think he has a core pace. I think these two new bowlers that I have not seen.
Yeah, I think Nahid Hassan and Ahmed Bhatt have a real good pace. I think I heard the same thing from Arjun that Ahmed Bhatt is really good.
Yeah, they have core pace. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but those are some of these things. But yeah, if I had to pick this thing, I still will pick with the old warhorse Oni. That he will probably play a good game in this final because the bowling probably suits him a little better.
And did you pick from
If
GLCC?
GLCC is going, then it's going to be one of the bowler is going to be the man of the match, GLCC. And if it is KRCC, it's going to be the batsman.
Yeah.
So you agree on me, right? Then Hemant and Ziban is what I pick.
Yeah, I mean, I still
like Munid, Ziban, or Hemant, or Amit.
Ziban, Hemant. Okay. There are quite a few names you threw.
Yeah, they have to pick the wickets. That means only those guys can do it.
So you guys are all expecting it to be a bowler-friendly game. So we can expect what, 70s, 60s?
Which ground is this?
Nah,
how is the wicket going to behave?
Keith.
Good ground? Good ground?
Keith is good. It's going to skid a little bit once more.
Okay.
Yeah.
But isn't Keith where you guys trashed the living daylights out of them last year?
Yeah. Same ground.
So same ground?
If it is the same ground, it's good. If the other ground
is
pumpy,
Vijay, is there any rule that if some team has lost a playoff last year on the same ground?
No. There is no rule of that. There is no rule of that.
No,
there is only rule in this year's playoff. Okay.
I'll be right back, guys.
No.
If there is any rule like that, you can.
But our friend KK was smiling. That means it's at the same ground. Is it true? Is it at the same ground?
It's the same field, but not the same field.
Field is not the same.
It will be on the same
ground. Field has not been
it has to be randomized.
Oh, the field has not been decided yet.
That's on Thursday, I think.
Oh, the randomization is yet to happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's in Keith. So you know what? I'm willing to take a bet. It's going to be on the same ground. Just a random bet. The way the randomizer has been working, I have a feeling it's going to be on the same ground. Oh, that would be poetic justice, because then you would have repeat of last year, and now, go ahead.
So no, the middle ground is better than other two grounds. So if it is the middle ground, it's good game. So
then why don't you go? Then why don't both teams agree to play on the middle ground?
Oh, there is a division 2
right?
final as well.
Oh, that is another final.
Oh, yeah,
and if I know it right, Keith 3 is out of the equation, so only 1 and 2 will be used. And if that is the case, there's 50% chance that the same ground will be coming in,
I'm not
where
sure.
we
Okay.
crashed them.
Three is on out of equation.
And,
As part of the committee, even I
and
don't know.
Vijay,
Oh, even
if
you
you
don't.
recall it,
Yeah.
if you recall it, Vijay, after a game with Titans, remember what you said? It's the same field,
Yes.
same opponent, and it
Mhm.
brought you back memories, right?
Yes.
Yogesh is
Yes.
going to get the same memories back.
No,
I'm
I mean,
telling you,
I see.
it's deja vu all over.
Yeah. No, sometimes when the lines are lining up,
Got
it's very
quiet.
it's very difficult. I mean, as a human being, I think you will automatically think that. I mean, when I realized that we were playing Titans in the same ground, I was not too happy about it. But at the same time,
Yeah.
I didn't want to argue over it because the previous year we took advantage of it. But if you ask me, if I'm in the committee, I would say that the megabyte rule is the correct rule, that you shouldn't play back-to-back games in the same field. That is
Yeah,
just from a
we
committee
played last
perspective.
weekend.
But
Mhm.
but if I'm the Glads guy, I would love to play in the same ground, quarterfinal, semi-final, final. No doubt. That's just from a team perspective. But if I'm a committee
Mhm.
guy, I would say that probably that's a fair rule.
Yeah,
But I have never seen that rule, to be very frank. Being
It,
in committee,
there's nothing
I,
written.
no,
I have not seen that. It's all
no,
randomization. It's all come.
no.
Play.
Randomization. You all you have to do is go and check with Vamsi, who was the former scheduler, or go and check with Raghu Tadi. Go and check with Hariharan. They'll tell you the same thing.
But
So that
nothing
was
written on the rule book. So
not no.
when
There's nothing
maybe
written in the rule book,
yeah,
but
maybe
not
when you
every.
guys left that
But
tradition,
but
maybe it's the tradition. Maybe when
but
you guys have
but
left,
not
it has not been
but not
passed to us.
no, but not everything is written in the rule book. You guys also
No, I
removed
agree. I agree. Maybe it's
removed
a
a lot of
tradition,
things.
but it has not been passed to us, probably, So otherwise, it would have been taken care because I know I do the scheduling and randomization for DCL for the last few years, and this rule has never been advised to me, when I joined the committee.
But Samish, I have a quick question for you. You played so many finals.
I don't think he's
What's
there.
he's there, right there. I
I am
can see
back.
him.
I'm back.
Oh,
I can see him. So
okay,
that's
okay.
where you played so many finals. Going into this finals, what's your gut telling you?
What's my gut telling me?
Yeah,
See, it would be foolish to go into this game overconfident for GLCC. I'll talk to you actually for both teams, but I'll talk to you from our perspective. We need to recognize what their strengths are and how we are going to counter that. I do feel that we are up against probably the best bowling attack DCL has ever produced.
I'll agree with that.
But I also know that 4 out of those 6 bowlers can be rattled.
Can be what again?
Can be rattled.
Oh, can be rattled. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how I would plan. I would try to see who the weak link is going to be in the bowling that day. What our strategy would be to go after those bowlers, because I would look to score at least 100, 110 runs against them if I want to feel safe and give my bowling some room. But at the same time, if they are batting first, I wouldn't want them to go over 80, 85. That's the plan that I would want to go with. But again, bowling is not their only strength. They have some good batsmen as well. They have some big hitters. The only advantage our team has is that we know that they like to go after the bowling. So these are the things that I would look into and see how I can extract the best we can from our team, and go after the things that may be their strengths and could become their weaknesses. That's what I would think about. But again, my gut feel is that we are going against a good bowling team. We have to bat well. Our openers have to bat well, and then we'll give ourselves a great chance to win this game.
Let me ask you this, guy. You guys are going to have a third umpire, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but I think you know what? You guys need to probably ask for two things: two additional umpires on the boundary lines. One on the long on boundary and one on the square leg boundary, so that they can make the call if there is a catch taken. Because in this game, guaranteed both teams will hit it in the air, and there will be catches taken at the boundary or outside the boundary or slightly inside the boundary. I know that you guys already had an issue with KK's catch being taken at the boundary. But if you have these two additional guys, which you can easily get, you can eliminate a lot of unnecessary arguments and also get a fair decision. In the interest of fairness, I think you should ask for two additional people at the boundary. What is that?
I want to say something. To finalize two umpires last year, you know how long it took. Now we have to get 5.
No,
Think
no.
about
This
it.
is
Anybody can sit to KK.
anybody can sit, right? Anybody who will take the responsibility that okay, I'll monitor the boundary line.
Oh, Yogi will say this guy played with Kaushik, this guy played with KK, this guy played with the Gagan. You know, he has 100 reasons because their team doesn't play any tournaments.
I'm sure you'll be able to find two guys who are who the teams can agree that hey, just to eliminate unnecessary arguments. You get my point?
Yeah,
It'll
if
help.
it can be done, it's a great idea. Yeah.
Put all the
That's a great idea, but I already asked for the boundary markers, the same ones which remember for the Glads versus Pokeris game we have arranged around the ground, which will show the moment someone kicks it. They're standing markers.
Okay.
With the tape around.
Yeah, but
That's good
even,
people to agree.
I'm just trying to eliminate unnecessary controversy.
True. Yeah.
Because remember, Samish, there was a game, GLCC versus Brownstown. Vijay Namburi took a catch at the boundary, and because he moved, it was declared a 6, and you ended up losing that game.
Right. Yeah.
So this has always been a problem. So if you have a problem, why not solve the problem before the problem develops? This is just being proactive thinking. That's all I'm trying to say. So if there is a way
did you have the same problem in the pre-quarters game versus Pokeris in 2015?
Yes, we did. Yeah, but there was no, super over. We had this problem.
Yeah.
Yep. So yes, it's always a problem. It's not just, but when you are in the finals, why leave anything to chance? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, but it should be a good game.
I'll talk to the captain.
Yeah, it should be a good game. I know that much.
Yes, it should be a great game. So yes, I would like to end the shows today. First of all, thank you for everyone who joined, and thank you for making it special for me. But also wishing both teams the very best of luck for the finals, and hopefully the final stays up to its reputation and gives all the neutral spectators who are going to come. And I'm pretty sure we are going to get a good, decent crowd because it is 70s in the morning and afternoon, so we should be expecting a lot of spectators to see the game. So it's going to be great.
Are you guys providing something to eat? That's what the spectators want to know.
Not that we do. The game is in Keith. The game is in Keith. There is no parking space there, and Nova has been booked from 2 p.m. by another tournament. I don't know what Vijay is doing. When he knows the final is today, he should block it until 5 o'clock. He knows that the final is today when the schedule has come out initially. And yes, we can praise him for all the things that he did for the ground, but this is poor planning. No DSP, no Nova, you're playing in Keith.
So no, nothing to eat is what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
There is something to eat, but
there is no parking
space or like time to
There's
do
no parking space there. No
Oh,
one would
the
come there.
parking space.
Hardly you have
Okay.
like 20, 25, like maximum 40 parking.
Yeah,
That's it.
it will be the spectator-less final.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keith is different. Okay.
You couldn't get you
Just
couldn't get
last one,
Drake's.
guys. So
You
the
couldn't get
last
Drake's.
week,
Oh my God,
Drake,
218.
Gaba is leading irrespective, but it's between Brahma and Sheikh Mohammed. So those two can go anywhere. It depends on their picks. I'm not sharing any picks today, but it's 3 points there, so they can do. But it's Gaba is first. We can't stop it. So
Bro.
only one. Yeah.
Bro, I have
Did Brahma
overtaken
pick last
Parthiv
week?
Mehta. What in
I
the
don't
world
know.
is that?
When
Holy
did
cow.
when did Satya go so far? My God.
I was
All,
so
all I
far for
care,
last
all,
2-3 weeks.
all I know is I have overtaken Parthiv Mehta. That's all I care about. Chetan can
Well,
chase Parthiv Mehta for all he wants.
finals
If
is
you
what?
want to
5
also
points?
say something,
3 more.
Chetan and me are tied.
Chetan and you are tied. Oh my God.
Because I
Okay.
don't predict in the playoffs.
Oh,
All
you
right,
don't
Most of the
predict.
time I leave it.
Let's
Okay.
see what the crowd is saying. Have people voted for?
Yeah. Oh, it's very, very less, only 6.
Okay, only 6.
It's the
7,
early in the week, right?
7.
So,
So
okay. Slight edge.
KRCC 4. They were 50-50. That 7th vote go to KRCC, I think, who are voted.
Okay, so
And
still
it's
very tight,
5 and 2.
57.
Okay.
And Agni definitely is the clear favorites right now.
Yeah. They're playing good. They're playing good cricket.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thanks everyone
Yeah.
again,
All
and
right.
hopefully we have a great finals. And I'm sure we will come back. Primetime will be back next year as well. But this is signing off for the rest of the year and the season. It was great. I think again another great year with the analysts. Satya, thanks for hosting the show, making it happen.
Thank you,
Biju,
guys.
Gabaji, again, it was so much fun. Another year where we had so much fun. So hopefully we come back next year as well. But it's been great. Thank you everyone, and good night.
Good luck,
Good night.
Samish. Good
Thanks,
luck,
Ramesh,
KK.
for
All right.
joining.
Good luck.
Have a good game.
Good
Thank
night.
you.